What's going on, party people? It's Tuesday. Yeah, we are live. Um, it is the 22nd of October, or at least that's what the machine says it is. October 22nd. And we're going to get back on track with our in the week, during the week little situation here on the channel. Um, we've recommitted. We're all on the same page. You know, we're going to try our best. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Do join us. We'll have something special planned for you. We'll talk music and a little bit else of whatever it is you want to talk about. All right, we're loosey goosey. There's no format here. Once you jump in the chat, please let us know what beautiful part of this world, this planet, how much longer is it going to be beautiful? Tell us where you're coming to us from. All right. I got Mr. H and Nicole in the building with me. They're going to pop on here at some point. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, having dinner, H?
Yep, made me a sandwich.
Eric Eisenhart. I love that name, man. Eric Eisenhart is in the building and he wants to hear some Reba McEntire. That is on the list. Isn't it, Mr. H? Have you checked your list? Are you checking it twice? It's on the list. I promise you, Eric, we're gonna get that on at some point for sure. Tonight, however, we're going to be doing a deep dive into what Time magazine called the King of Honky Tonk back in, I believe it was 1974, 75. And also one of the most prolific country music writers has said of this same man, Mr. Gary Stewart. And of course, I'm talking about Dean Dillon, a guy responsible for a whole host of hits for many, many people. He said about this man that Mr. H, he was the best honky tonk singer he's ever seen. And Dean has seen it all.
Well, he would know.
They did a couple albums together, Gary Stewart and Dean Dillon. They've written together. So it'll be interesting too, as well, Nicole, to explore that option where these guys, worked on some duets together. We did one here on the channel. We reacted to it together. Misfits, remember that, H?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was those two guys. I think we all liked that one, Misfits. So, H, were you familiar at all with the King of Honky Tonk?
I was not until last Friday.
Well, you learned something here on the PJ channel, don't you?
I do.
1 + 1 is 3. You know what? I don't personally know, H, what the definition of honky tonk is. I'm gonna come out. I think I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. But I think since Mr. Gary Stewart has been crowned a long time ago, the King of Honky Tonk, that I should probably acquaint myself with a thorough definition. What do you say?
I think so.
You're such a straight man, Mr. H. Where are the jokes? Where's the color commentary?
I'm in. I can't multitask. I'm in the middle of concentrating on eating my sandwich.
Well, first things first. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking here online. Well, I went to my tried and true tested source for information. It's wrong half the time. Wikipedia. It says here honky tonk, and then it has, so that's the heading, and then there's a subheading that says musical style. And then it says a honky tonk is both a bar that provides country music for entertainment and the style of music played in such establishments. Okay. See, that's nice and easy.
Yep.
Got it. Um, I might have known that, maybe, probably not. It can also refer to the style of piano used to play such music.
Alrighty.
Bars of this kind are common in the South and Southwest United States, but I bet they're common in a lot of other places too. So it's the establishment, it's the music played there, and you can go so far as the style of piano used to play that kind of music. Okay. Um, was that kind of your thoughts about honky tonk? I didn't know.
Well, I knew a honky. The bars were. You could call them honky tonks and stuff like that. And I just thought
Yeah.
honky tonk music is anything that has that twang.
Yeah. Apparently, but I mean, I get the style now that I've been doing this for a little bit. I know it when I hear it. Um, I like it. I like it a lot. I like the piano. I like that tempo. And yeah, man, country music and honky tonk just synonymous, right? I mean,
Right.
hand in glove is what I think. So we've established that. Nicole, anything to add to that Wikipedia information?
No, I knew what a honky tonk was.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm learning.
We got honky tonks all around where I live, so
Yeah. You go to honky tonks, you frequent, well, did you ever go to them or you just kind of,
used to, don't anymore because I don't drink
Yeah.
anymore. So
yeah,
what's the point of going if you don't drink?
right? H?
I go to drink. I mean, that's the whole purpose. Like yeah. So I can see where she's coming from. Definitely.
I can see with 2020 vision where she's coming from. Synonymous again
Yeah.
comes to
Mike
mind.
Savage says he met his wife in one.
And I believe it. Somewhere in Oklahoma, right?
While
Oklahoma
driving
City,
by
maybe.
Toby Keith's place.
Right around the corner from Reba,
Exactly.
centrally located, man. I wonder what life amongst the stars is like, Mr. H.
Hey, just a reminder, everybody, before PJ starts watching the videos, we're going to switch over to StreamYard. So the link has been put in several times into the chat box. It's just been put in now. So best to just go ahead and click on that link and switch over now. We've got 2 people currently on StreamYard and 3 of you in watching via YouTube. So go ahead and start switching over now. The sooner everybody switched over, the faster we can get PJ starting to watch.
Yep, that's pretty good advice, Mr. H. YouTube will not allow us.
By the way, Mike says, I guess his wife used to serve Toby when she worked at the Del Rancho restaurant.
Nice. Was that before he made it big or because? Come on, give us some. Whoops, that's the wrong one, H.
Wrong one.
I was looking for one of mine. My bad. What'd you do with them, H?
You stopped
Throw
sharing.
up the Wikipedia one.
You stopped sharing it. Go ahead and share it.
My bad. Present. And
She was a car hop, he says.
okay. Share screen. There we go.
And it
All
was
right.
before the world knew him.
Before the work. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's big time.
Back during
Big
his
time.
humble times. Trying to make it. That's cool.
That's very cool. What a talent, man. That dude. I mean, and I came to the party late. Just as down to earth as any country music singer, man. Super duper voice. And his charisma was just electric. I get it, man. Great songs.
Barry
I'm so-
Switzer used to go there too, apparently.
Oh, Barry Switzer, the old OU coach back in the dog days. Yeah. So Gary Stewart, who is he? You guys know, of course. I don't know Jack. I don't know Jill. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I'm about to get to know Mr. H. Gary Stewart. Birth name Gary Ronnie Stewart. Born in 1944. How old would he be today, H? 1944 minus
Probably in his 80s.
2024. That math
Let's see
stuff.
here.
Put him on the spot.
2024 minus 1944. Got to do my math. Can't do it in my head. 80 years old. I was right. Smack
80
dab,
years
80 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. Born in Jenkins, Kentucky. December, like me, December 16th. I have a brother that was born on December 16th. He died at, 59 years young, man. In Florida. He was a singer-songwriter known for his distinctive vibrato. I cannot wait to get into his voice. And his outlaw country sound influenced by Southern rock. Love me some Southern rock, H.
Yep.
The Allman Brothers, man. Whoo, that's some good music. Leonard Skinner, Simple Man, some great stuff. So he was popular in the 1970s. Like I mentioned, Time magazine described him as the king of honky tonk. He had a bunch of hits that charted from the late 1970s, from the mid to late 1970s. The biggest one was, I think, my introduction to him. She's acting single. I'm drinking doubles. You got to weigh in here, H.
2 hands. Drinking doubles with 2 hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Nicole, when do you think you first heard that song? I mean, was it like years ago or like recently on the on
When my dad was alive.
Okay.
It was when my dad listened to. Whenever he was out in his shed drinking.
Yeah. Nice. So you heard that from a wee little one.
Yep.
Yeah. You ever sing it with him?
No, but he did. He sang it on karaoke.
Yeah. That'll be a great karaoke song. H, if you haven't heard it yet, man, that's a great country song. You talk about a drinking song. I put that right up there with any other drinking song I've heard. It topped the charts in 1975. Like so many of the greats, he ended his own life in 2003. It happens too much. So he learned to play the guitar and the piano as a young man, toured with local bands. He was always into writing songs. He married Mary Lou Taylor. Well, of course he did. Of course he married Mary Lou Taylor. She was 3 years older than him, H.
Yeah. 3 years older, you said?
Yeah, she was 3 years his senior.
Oh, he got himself a cougar.
What's wrong with someone dating 3, a girl dating a
Nothing.
guy 3 years younger because I dated
Nothing.
I'm just saying because I dated a guy that was 3 years younger than me when I was a teenager. So
Ain't nothing wrong with that. As
Nothing
long as
wrong with
it's
it at all. I'm married to a cougar. My wife's older than me.
I mean, I dated him for like 4 or 5 years, when I was a teenager.
yeah. When you
It
say
was
teenager,
yeah, I was 16 at the time and then I dated him up until I was about 19
yeah,
or about 15 when I started, and I was 19 when I broke up with him.
yeah, I have no issues over here, man. I'm one of those cats that lives and let lives,
Because he
God,
was the only
yeah.
reason I dated him was 'cause my friend was his stepsister, and she talked me into dating him, and then we hit it off. I was like, seriously?
Well, what happened? You didn't marry him.
No, because he became controlling.
Ooh, she
He tried to tell me
controlling.
how to dress. He tried to tell me who I could be friends with, what to eat, stuff like that. I said, screw you, and told him to get out of my face and kicked him to the curb.
To the curb.
Smack the shit out of him. That's what you did.
I was wearing his jacket, and I took it off and threw it in his face.
Mm.
Good for you.
I
Better
mean,
than what I did with the other boyfriend. I mean, his jacket went in the dumpster.
whoa. Listen. So when you're done, you're done.
Yeah, because his jacket was an army jacket at that.
Wow.
The one
She
that
must-
ended up in the landfill. Because, I mean, he came when I got with my husband and said, where's my jacket? I said, you want to find your jacket? Go check the landfill.
Not the landfill. Lord.
He
have
said,
mercy.
that was an army jacket. I said, well, you're the idiot that broke up with me by email. So,
Well,
and
that
he was
justifies the landfill situation.
and
Come
he
on,
was
an
home on
email?
and he
Really?
was home on leave at the time, so he could have came to my house.
Wow, that's crazy. What did the email say? What
He
did the
just
email say?
he just said that he couldn't go on, and I just wasn't the right person for him. So he was
That
just
bullshit.
breaking,
That.
yeah. It wasn't me, it was him, all that bull crap. I was like, whatever, dude. I said, you couldn't come over and say this to my face. I said, you're home on leave, for crying out loud.
Wow.
I said, I don't want to hear this. So
Hmm.
when I got with my husband, he went out and bought me a new jacket, and we took the other one, and he walked down, threw it in the dumpster, and ended up in the landfill. So
Wow. Now, when you're done, you're done. She's like, you and them jackets, though. What kind of jacket did your hubby get you? Do you still have it?
yeah, a Tweety bird.
Ah, Tweety Bird.
Because I'm a Tweety Bird fanatic, because that's what my dad nicknamed me, was Tweety when I was little, and the jacket says badass on the back. It says badass
Nice.
chick, to be exact.
Nice, nice, nice. Was the badass in the back where it should be? Or was it off to the side?
It was on the back of the jacket. It said badass chick.
Okay.
it
Those
was
can
a-
make a comeback, H. I mean, dude, Tweety Bird.
And it was a leather jacket. So
Nice. I'm all over that. While Mr. Gary Stewart was playing in honky tonks all over Florida, he ended up in Okeechobee at a famous honky tonk called, of course, the Wagon Wheel, Mr. H. What else would it be called?
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, wagon wheels. They're all over the
We got a
place.
wagon wheel in Orange County.
They're everywhere, man. Great name. He happens to run into Mel friggin' Tillis. Mel Tillis at this honky tonk. So he was like, Mel, now that I got you here, I want to play a few songs for you. And he started. Mel was a little tipsy at the time. So my sources tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Jen. So he started pitching some songs. And Mel thought he sounded really good and told him he needs to go to Nashville and share his stuff in Nashville. So he did. And he signed with the Corey label in 1964 and began co-writing songs with the local policeman. Wasn't a lawyer, not a baker, not a shoemaker, with a local cop.
Copper.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, him and the local cop wrote Stonewall Jackson's I'll be surprised if Nicole doesn't know this. Stonewall Jackson's 1965 country hit, Poor Red Georgia Dirt. Nicole?
My dad.
Do
My
you know?
dad listened to that one too.
Really? What's that one like? Poor Red Georgia Dirt. It's honky tonk, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
From what I remember. Like I said, I was little back then, so.
Yes, you were. Poor Red Georgia Dirt for Stonewall Jackson. So he got to Nashville and got busy, man. And dude was focused. Okay, I get it. Just like a lot of people who make that trek. So he did a bunch of records. Most of them were very unsuccessful in 1968. But he did write some good stuff for people like Billy Walker, a song called She Goes Walking Through My Mind, Traces of a Woman, It's Time to Love Her, Man, Stop Hating Her. He wrote for Cal Smith. I know who Cal Smith is. Great country song. I forget the name of that song Country Bumpkin. Country Bumpkin blew my mind, H, if you haven't heard that song. Love Country Bumpkin, man. What a great song. Cal Smith. You can't housebreak a tomcat. I could have told you that, bruh. And another song for Mr. Smith, It Takes Me All Night Long. Sometimes it takes me all night long, too. And Sweet Thing and Cisco for somebody called Nat Stuckey. So he got busy and was always a good writer. Okay, I didn't know that about him. That's why I do this, H. As people are clicking off. I get it. What else we got here? But check this out. Gary Stewart was also a pridesman. Do you know what a pridesman was, Mr. H?
I do not.
One of Charlie Pride's band members.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that his band was called the Pridesmen. He played piano for Charlie Pride as one of his pridesmen for a time. That's interesting. But given all that success, what a lot of people would label as success, it says here he was still disappointed with Music Row and went back home to Florida and started playing some like country rock and roll stuff in the honky tonks down there. In 1970, Motown Records, hoping to get Nashville artists to record their songs, paid Stewart $30 whole to record countrified demos of songs like Baby, I Need Your Lovin', Yester Me, Yester You, Yesterday. Motown classics. I didn't know this. You learn this stuff right here, H. And I Can't Help Myself. Sugar Pie, Honey Bunch. He wanted to countrify those. I wonder if that ever happened.
For $30, I wouldn't countrify all of those for $30. I wouldn't do it for $30 a piece.
Dude,
even back in the 70s, it's like, really? Get out of here.
You got to think $30 was a whole lot of money. Well, maybe not a whole lot of money, but that's interesting stuff. Okay, did he do it? I got to look that up. Okay, he was dropped from one record company, then another company. Oh, so he did do the countrified Motown tunes, which I cannot wait to dig up. So those tunes found their way into the hands of of a producer called Roy Dare. I've seen his name. He convinced Jerry Bradley to sign Stewart to RCA Records. Crazy. So he leaves Nashville, disappointed with Music Row. He goes back home to Okeechobee, Florida, and he's rocking and a rolling. Somebody hears him, says, "Hey man, somebody wants to talk to you from Motown." Does the Motown thing, countrified those Motown hits. And now he goes to a few record companies, they drop him for whatever reason. And then somebody hears the Motown tunes. Am I making any sense, H? You have to have my back.
You make sense. A lot of sense.
So somebody convinced the big wigs up at RCA to sign him. So he went back to Nashville in '73 and recorded a cover version of Ramblin' Man. Great song. The Allman Brothers happened to be his friends, his personal buddies, the Allman Brothers. Okay. That song got to 63, but his follow-up, 1974's Drinking Thing, became a top 10 hit. Drinking Thing. I bet it was a top 10 hit. His album Out of Hand was released in early 1975. Out of Hand, the title cut became the #4 country hit and was followed by the #1 hit, She's Acting Single, I'm Drinking Doubles. My introduction to the king of honky tonk, Mr. Gary Stewart. Well, I say we hear some of this good music, and perhaps a little bit later, we can dig back into some more about this fine artist, Mr. Gary Stewart, again dubbed the king of honky tonk. And now we know what honky tonk is, or at least I do, Mr. H. I didn't know before. I just thought it was good sounding music, you know?
Yeah. Coolness.
Yeah, that's a little bit about Mr. Gary Stewart. I say we listen to some of his music. What do you have on tap?
Well, I've got 7 in the line, but just want to say we have one person over on YouTube right now. If you go to the chat, you'll see that PJ has it listed, what the link is. Just click on that link. Join us over at StreamYard because we are going to be switching YouTube off so as not to get shut down or cited.
Give me a minute here, H, to
All right.
get my audio in order. Give me a mic check, please.
Check, mic check.
You sound great. Nicole, can I get a lovely sound check from you, please?
Mic check.
Ooh, that was lovely. Mic check 1.
Coming through loud and clear.
You guys look great. Look at those backgrounds. Beautiful stuff. All right, man, let's do some reactions.
All right. So the one person in YouTube, click on that link because we're going to just do we're going to shut it down right now, folks. So sorry. Gotta go. Bye, YouTube.
The link's in the description, right?
Yeah, the link's in the description. The link is in the chat.
All right.
All I got to do is click on the chat and the switch over. So
I didn't even acknowledge you good people out there. You know. We'll get back to y'all and shoot the you know what here in a bit. We're gonna crank up some tunes first.
all right. So now we got 2 people in YouTube. Click the link. It's in the description to join us on StreamYard because we are shutting down YouTube in 5, 4, 3,